Starting off with number 10, confident college student. So apparently this girl told her boyfriend that she's unroastable because she vapes and goes to college for art. Honestly, these things make people more roastable to me, but okay. But one of the commenters summed it up perfectly saying, smug attitude with an art degree. She'll make a fantastic barista. Oh snap, this commenter came straight for the jugular on that one. But that's what happens when you're way too cocky on this thread. Next at number 9, cool guy. So this is just a classic case of someone thinking that they're a badass, and the internet hitting them in the face with some cold hard truth. This guy's brother put him on the thread saying, he's a classic too cool for school guy and for the internet to do their worst. So the internet did just that. One person hilariously responded saying, being too cool for school and not being able to graduate are two very different things. That is just too savage. By this guy's demeanor, he looks like he could use some humbling. Next at number 8, virgin. So this guy seems to be looking like one of those people that might be a little desperate for attention, as he gave Redditors more than enough info for some incredible roasts. In the post he says, 21-year-old engineering major, Pakistani and virgin. Can you guys roast me as bad as the British effed us? It looks like this was asked and answered when someone commented, posting the picture and stating you're a virgin seems super redundant. Jesus, take the wheel on this guy's confidence right now. It already seems like this guy has a super roastable life anyway, and aw, I don't think he needed that. Next at number 7, overconfident. Here again we have an overconfident Redditor that's looking for some humbling. In her post she writes, my ego's been a bit high lately. Can we lower it please? Don't hold back, I got a thick skin and the darkest sense of humor. Well, okay, with that setup, I'm not surprised this girl got some crushing responses. And the most savage response here was one Redditor that simply said, if a tramp stamp was a person. That's gotta hurt. Next at number 6, stuck in a fantasy. So in this one, I kind of feel bad for the guy because he's one of the only ones that did not willingly put himself on the thread. In his post he wrote, I got last in fantasy football this week and this is my punishment. Oh, poor guy. Well, I'm sure his fantasy football league were laughing their asses off at the savage comments he received. The worst one said, you look like you also have a fantasy girlfriend. Oh my god, look at this poor guy, like so not wanting to be doing that. Like, he did not deserve that. Now he's gonna rethink being in that fantasy football league. Next at number 5, video game character. So the next one was posted by this guy's brother, and he just simply said, this is my brother, he's 18 and single. But he definitely used a really unflattering photo of the guy, or this guy just hasn't had a haircut in way too long. So one commenter responded back saying, who rolled a 5 or 8 to get you out of Jumanji? Gotta hurt. If you don't already know, Jumanji is a movie based on a video game where people get sucked into the game and have to finish it to leave. So basically the commenters were saying that he looked like someone that's been running around a jungle for the last few days. Yeah, that would leave a little bruise on my ego. Next at number 4, hard times. So this guy got a little dark in the post he wrote. Kidney cancer in March, home in May, back to work in June, new girlfriend and new car in July, and I misspelled my damn username. It's been a hell of a year. Let's see what y'all got. So it sounds like this guy has had a lot of ups and downs in the last year. Not sure why he wants to add some more lows by doing this, but okay. Of course Reddit spared nothing and someone wrote, it's not a roast when you're so close to cremation. Oh my god, no, not this guy. He's already had it like so bad. Just give this guy a break. Didn't your mom ever teach you to lie if you don't have anything nice to say about someone? Like, I know he asked for it, but I don't know. Seems wrong to roast this guy. Next at number 3, funny resemblance. So not sure who posted this one, but the post essentially started off with him roasting himself. The post said, ginger and whiter than scared milk. Anyway, always wearing factor 94, roast away. So already starting a little down on himself. Also side note, what the hell is scared milk? Like, I've never heard that expression in my life, but honestly, if this kid looks like scared milk, then so do I. I really need a tan bad. Someone then responded by saying, you look like Syndrome from The Incredibles, but your mom just took away your jewel. And honestly, hate to say it, but the resemblance between him and Syndrome is insane, if Syndrome had shorter hair. Also, he really looks like Jack too. Guess this guy's face inspired like half the characters in The Incredibles. Next at number 2, Moderator gets roasted. So this next one is actually from the new moderator of the subreddit. He wrote, I'm your new mod, comedian, TED Talk about dark humor, my adult film star ex, balding, and I've cried on public transport in 7 countries. It's your turn to roast your new mod. Okay, well that's quite the setup here. Also, can we just agree he so does not look like he wants any part of this. Anyway, there were tons of responses, but the best one was from someone that said, moderator and comedian, when your career aptitude test says unemployable and you decide to prove them right. Okay, this commentator snapped here. But given all the ammo in his post for commentators, I'm surprised it wasn't way worse. Like nobody commenting on how he's cried in public 7 different times? That doesn't even come close to my record. And finally at number 1, early graduation. So this guy was coming out of the gate pretty darn confident and happy about what was going on in his life. He wrote, "It's my graduation, so y'all can't tell me nothing." Okay, well he's about to learn they actually can and will. The best comment on this post wrote, wait for it, "Cuz graduated today and his hairline graduated in 1977. Jeez, you did not have to come from that hard. But like, I've never seen something more true in my life. Without context, I could have easily thought this guy was like 30 or something.
In at number 10, Vape Army. Serving your country is one of the most noble and brave things that a person can do, especially if you live in the good old US of A. Most veterans though have respect from the general public because they've been through hard times and fought for freedom. However, for this millennial soldier, he had to learn the hard way that respect is earned, not given. With enough time to play some PS4, puff on his vape, and post on Reddit, this soldier was asking for a savage roast. Top comment that definitely made him regret ever posting this photo was, "Your mom puts folded flag on her Christmas list." That is some next level roasting. Saying that his mom would be happy if he never came home from war, I mean, yikes. Judging by that ring on his finger as well, I'm sure his wife will also be happy not having nicotine clouds in her house anymore. And at least when he comes home from war and has finalized his divorce, he can follow his true passion of coaching an amateur vape team. In at number 9, she's a model. The Roast Me subreddit is filled with people claiming to be models and yet still asking to be roasted. For the underbelly that is that community, they really hate seeing these posts and go all in. Most comments aren't funny and often say things like, "Oh, you're so insecure, blah blah blah." However, this comment did everything right when it came to roasting this post that she would soon regret. The title says, "She's a model, roast her." So we're assuming someone else uploaded this for her because God forbid a model does anything. She's holding the Roast Me sign though, so the go ahead has been given, and the best comment by far was, "What is she a model for? Depression?" Oof. Even her expression in that photo looks like a reaction to that comment. In at number 8, Russia roasting. Russians are notoriously tough people. I mean, think about where they live. You have to develop some sort of rough exterior to live in those type of conditions. This guy though looks like he was developed in a test tube. He titles his roast request with, and I'll read this verbatim, "Okay, let's get harder. I am 27 years old, I am from Russia. I have a baby face and a terrible sweater, and a girl left me yesterday, not because of a sweater. Make everyone funny. I write through Google Translate." And based on that sentence alone, I'd say the only thing lower than his grades is his testosterone levels. Although the best roast goes to the user who said, "You look like Mark Wahlberg if he ate nothing but soup." Once you read that, you cannot unsee it. The accuracy is truly remarkable. In at number 7, the Wine Club. Much like the model for depression earlier on, this woman is quite certain there is no way that she can be roasted, and boy oh boy was she ever wrong. The selfie was posted to the Roast Me subreddit with the title, "This picture was taken at 5 AM after the club. I was still wasted. If I look this good in that state, is it even possible to roast me?" First of all, the only state that you would look good in is a state penitentiary, and never mind my comments though, the winner goes to this one. Owning 6 cats and drinking from a box of wine all night doesn't count as going to the club even if you dress up. Safe to say she hasn't been roasted this hard since college. In at number 6, Office Depot. This next regrettable Roast Me post didn't even need a title to be roasted. The photo was clearly taken while he was hard at work at Office Depot, which apparently is the only place that would hire this school shooter. He titles the Roast Me post with this, 115 pounds with skin like cream, roast me worse than my family can. If your skin is like cream, I'd say it's past its expiration date. Also, asking for someone to roast you worse than your family can is like saying nobody loves me like my dog does. They both have to love you, but at the end of the day, wouldn't notice if you went missing. Again though, these are just my roasts. The Reddit community decided to go in on him as well with a very accurate comment of, "If Jimmy Neutron did heroin." In at number 5, the Chain Gang. Yet again, another female stepping up to the roast meat plate, asking the internet to lower their self-esteem or help them harden their shell. I seriously have no idea why you would willingly do this. Regardless, she posts this photo with the title "Fire Away," and boy did they ever. My favorite comment was, "Is death by magnet the ultimate goal here?" Which is a very observant diss to the thousands of chains this lady is wearing around her neck. It must take her forever to get those off, but hey, how else is she gonna lock her bike up? In at number 4, call me Caitlyn. It's my birthday, roast me good. Did she really just write that? Even her expression looks like a deer caught in the headlights. Like she knew this was not going to go over very well. Leave it up to someone also with the username Captain Mudwhistle to crack out one of the funniest comments of, "We're not supposed to call you Bruce anymore, right?" Again, it's comments like that that when you read it, you can't unsee it. Now stop dead naming this poor woman, you bigot. All jokes aside, we hope this lady had a terrific 40th birthday and whoop, there we go again. I swear, this list is just me adding my own insults, but please understand that it's all comedy, it's all just meant for fun, and I honestly don't mean any of these things. In fact, I really like her earrings. My grandmother used to wear fake jewelry. In at number 3, Animorph. Aside from the fact that her eyebrows are clearly fighting, this lady had no idea what people would hit her with. She looks like if Quasimodo became a hairdresser. Okay, I'll stop. Let's get to the moment of regret, courtesy of the user Dova Dirk. They commented on the photo saying, "You look like you're halfway through anamorphing into a hammerhead." Savagery! Utter savagery. Either that or a depressed lemur. All jokes aside though, did you know that from the tip of her nose to the middle of her brow is a $7 cab ride? Tip not included. In at number 2, Magic Man. I've seen this comment on another post before, but it's equally true here. His hair looks like someone pulled the tape out of a cassette and then just dropped it on his head. The comments on this Roast Me Reddit were insane. People were calling out his birthing hips, which I don't really see. I mean, how do you see anything other than that curled mustache? The best roasts by far though come courtesy of Reddit users Animorph and Paper Bags for Peace. Ironic. Paper Bags for Peace said, "For my next trick, I'll need a female volunteer, a taser, a van, a rope, and a 30-minute head start." I wish I could be that funny. With Animorph adding, "Abracadabra alakazam, I got cookies and candy, come get in my van." Nothing worse than asking to be roasted only for people to assume that you're some sort of pedophile magician. Although that mustache and all of those rings certainly do not help his case. Last but not least, at our number 1 spot, Fedmeister. Now, most of these people have just been regular Joes, just ordinary people. However, upon browsing the Roast Me subreddit, I stumbled across a post from this Mexican-American Twitch streamer. His real name is Federico Gatan, and the 24-year-old decided it was time to take himself down a peg. Well, not really. He's a Twitch streamer, so he was just looking for easy content, and nothing is easier than posting a photo of yourself and then just reacting to all the funny things that other people write about you. He writes, 24-year-old Mexican, been single for 3 years and I enjoy well done steaks with ketchup. Do your worst. Buddy, no one could do you worse than whoever said that that haircut looked good. He looks like one of these sensitive new age guys that complains his videos aren't getting views because Mercury is in retrograde. My favorite roast though by far was from user Alyu Yoon, who said, "Apart from the steak, you haven't done anything else well in your life." What a banger of a comment right there, on the money, and I feel like that's enough hating for one video.